talked to Danny, and he says, go ahead and do this. A real neat story that has come around, and I wasn't able to be a part of it. If you really let me, allow me to tell you a true Elvis story. Is that okay? All right. It was September 1976 in Lakeland, Florida. And Elvis had been performing at the Lakeland Civic Center. He performed at 2 p.m. that afternoon, and then performed later that night. And in that concert that night, there was a little boy, 10 years old, that Elvis gave him a scarf. And he was tickled to death, you know. Went home, got his picture made of a scarf. And as most teenagers do, as he got older, around 16, I guess he might have needed some gas money, I don't know, something. He made a big mistake. He sold the scarf. But he knew when he sold that scarf that he had made a mistake. He put an ad in the paper trying to find it. Tried to find it for years and years and years. Well, he sold that scarf, and a man bought it in Lakeland, Florida as well. And he sold the scarf, this other man sold the scarf to this lady right here, Paula Kennedy. And Paula kept that scarf for a number of years, from the early 80s until last month. And I was able to get the scarf. And I thought, you know, this would be a neat thing to have in my house, put it in a plaque, put it somewhere in my rec room. But as I was driving, there was a picture of this little boy. And I kept looking at that picture thinking, man, if that was me, I'd want that scarf back. So I thought, when I get back, and I'll do a search on the internet of his name. And there was 20 names, 20 of the same names. I thought, well, I'll pick the first one. I'll call. Guy answers the phone after about 4 or 5 rings. And so I asked him, I said, did you go see Elvis in Lakeland, Florida? He said, yes. I said, did you get a scarf? I said, yes. I said, I have your scarf. Well, after a few minutes he didn't believe it, then he finally started saying, well, tell me more about it. And I told him about it. And then he said, you wouldn't happen to want to sell that scarf, would you? And I said, well, we can think about it. We talked about something, and I hung the phone up. He gave me his address, and I think I went outside and cut grass, and I kept thinking about it. And I called him back, and I said, look, man, I said, I've had a change of thought. I said, I can't sell you that scarf. And I could tell on the other end, he was just devastated. He said, I understand. I said, no, you don't understand. I said, Elvis gave you that scarf as a gift. I want to give it back to you. So, what happened is this. As we were talking, I was going to mail it to him, and he found out that I was going to be in Memphis. Well, no, I found out he was going to be in Memphis, and I said, look, I'm not going to mail it to you. I'm just going to give it to you. That same 10-year-old boy is here tonight, Mr. David Whitaker, right here.